going on, Zone in here? And for today, I'm going to be in the Niners offensive playbook, and we're going to be taking a look at the formation split close. So before we come out, I like to go ahead and flip my right stick till I get the tight end at backfield. That's going to sub in my starting tight end at halfback. So we're going to run that 11 personnel. And for the audibles, for my every down play, I like to come out in wide receiver corner. For a run, I like the fullback inside. For man coverage, I like to come out in the halfback wheel. And for another setup, I like to come out in a dig halfback reel. And you also got really good plays like the motion halfback swing. You got the motion fullback cross screen. And for another passing play, you got the motion wide flood. So we could come out in the wide receiver corner. The play art is going to look like this. I like to go ahead and base the line for standard pass protection. And for a setup, I'm going to just go ahead and leave the stock. We can go ahead and put the running back on a flat right here for another check down. So we're going to look at our flats first. And if there's no hard flat, we can go ahead and hit one of our running backs in that flat. Space the line again. I'm going to go ahead and put my running back on a flat. And I'm going to go ahead and pass lead my corner out upfield. And on the backside, we're going to have our post route. So we're going to wait till he clears it. And we can pass lead that down and away from that safety. Another setup, I'm going to go ahead and put X. We can put him on a slant or a drag. And we're going to put circle on a return route. And let's go ahead and flat our running back on the other side to open up that slant or drag. So we can hit our slant right about here. And we're going to have a lot of space after the catch. And right behind that, we're going to have our return route. So we're going to snap it. And we're going to have our return at a really good spot against zone and man coverage. And if your opponent plays underneath, it's going to be hard to guard that post route. So again, let's go ahead and pass lead that down and away from that safety. And this is one of my favorite plays against man coverage. So let's go ahead and set that up again. We can have our running backs on flats here for a 5 out. This post route is going to do well against man coverage if we can just catch the ball. Let's go ahead and him again. Got our slant. It's going to do well against man. The return route isn't that great against man coverage, but if you get enough time, you're going to be able to have it. So let's go ahead and base the line, and I'm going to go ahead and block my running back to buy a little bit of extra time. We can just pass leak that inside. For another setup against man, I like to go ahead and run the halfback wheel. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put circle on a slant. We're going to stem down the corner out all the way down for an early cut. We're going to do the same thing with the post. And we're going to try to hit one of our backs out of the backfield for an early check down. And you want to make sure you're lined up on the wide side. So I'm going to go ahead and call the same play again. And we're going to have a lot more space with this corner. And we can go ahead and pass leak this upfield. The skinny post from our inside receiver is going to do really well against man. So let's go ahead and run that again. And I'm going to send 5 out. We got a perfect ball on that. We just didn't get it. But you can see how easy it is to beat man coverage. Going to run that again. We're going to stem that all the way down. I'm going to send 5 out. But for zone coverage, I'm going to go ahead and put the X receiver on a post. We're going to put circle on an out route, or we can put him on a flat. We're going to streak the tight end out of the backfield. We're going to put square on a clear out for that post, and we can leave our running back the same right here. And if no flat, go ahead and hit your running back on that wheel. We're going to try to hit this running back out of the backfield. If we wait on it, we're going to have our post route from X at a really good spot against zone coverage. And we can also throw square on a return route right here. So we're going to have something just like this. And we're going to pass leak that down and away from the linebacker. And we still were able to pick up a little bit of yards. And for the next play, we got dig halfback reel. So when we come out, the play art is going to look just like this. And I like to have this wheel from our running back out of the backfield. So to get that open, I like to go ahead and put square on a flat to open it up. And on the right side, we can run something like how we did in halfback wheel, where we had a post an out route and a streak out of the backfield. We could put circle on a return, and then we could flat the running back out of the backfield right here. But we're going to look at this left side. We're going to pass lead the wheel inside away from that linebacker. Motion the tight end out. He's going down the line, and we can run a drag on him to open up that wheel a little bit more. And that just gives us another check down if we need it. We can run something like this where we motion the tight end into the slot. We could put him on a zig, and we can flat our outside receiver circle right here. And that's just another check down we can have against zone coverage and man coverage. We're going to run the same play, but we're going to have something just like this. Now we're going to put the tight end on a drag, but we're going to zig our slot receiver and flat the other side. And we can hit our tight end in a really good spot against zone and man coverage. We got our zig in a really good spot. And right over top of that, we're going to have our in route from our outside receiver. If we can go ahead and pass leak that down and away from the safety, or we can pass it up versus the linebacker. And for this motion halfback swing, I like to go ahead and flick my right stick so I can have my tight end into the slot here. And that's just going to put our best blocker out in front of us. Go ahead and run that again. And I like to pair this with the motion halfback flood. So let's go ahead and put circle on the post. We can streak our running back out of the backfield, and we can go ahead and put a return on our outside receiver square. So we're going to have something just like this. We're going to snap it. We hit the running back. We got our post, and we can hit our return route in a really good spot, just like before. So let's have something just like this. And we're going to make a high-low read between our tight end. Let's call that again. We can hit our drag. So let's go ahead and put square on a post. We can put circle on a streak. And we can put X on a return. We can do a stem down corner route. We can actually do a Texas on the other side right here. We can do a drag, and we can make a high-low read between that. But let's go ahead and put a stem down corner out. I think I might like this. We're going to snap it. Going to make a read. Got our corner right here. The thing about Purdy is, man, his hot routes are absolutely terrible. Like, this is nuts. I should flip this. He's giving that up all day. Okay. Playing inside. Man, that was a bad rack animation. We would have been gone with McCaffrey. I'm going to stem down that corner out from circle. I think it gets in a really good spot against zone coverage. There we go. All right, good touchdown. Normally that return route doesn't beat man like that, but that was really good. Go ahead and stem down that corner route. I'm going to put a Texas on George. I'm going to flatten my left side. There we go. There we go. Yeah, he's a really good back. I like that. Man, I felt like we had someone open. I just didn't get to my reads fast enough. All right. We're going to run that same thing again. I got a base stat line for standard pass protection. Oh, we had that corner out. But we got Purdy's legs here. I'm going to stem down that corner from square. right. Felt like we had that corner. I'm just staring right at it. All right. We're going to look at this in route. If we don't have this corner, we don't have the corner. We got the post, though. Get out of there, Brock. Give me a block, Kittle. All right. We're gonna let Kittle be our lead block here. We're gonna find this hole. There we go. Looking for a one-play touchdown. I felt like we had square. I felt like we had it. Yeah, he just runs after McCaffrey on that swing. He did that the last time. He blew it up. So I like to mix that in a couple times. All right, I got to be prepared to block this loop here. So we're going to double team that edge. He doesn't loop, actually. That can mess up the blitz. All right, looks like he's sending a lot of man here. I'm going to get out of there with Purdy, though. We try to chew more clock. Gets ball at half, so let's go ahead and fall right here. That's a good spot. Okay, let's go ahead and flip this stretch to the left side. We're going to have a lot more space. There we go. We just walk in here. Pick. I click off. That's my fault for clicking off. I like to click off a lot because I have a really bad user. So to catch those picks, I would rather let the CPU try to get that instead of myself. But I think he played really good defense. He's flipping. I'm just going to run a roll type of coverage here. Ah, man, I couldn't get outside. I could not get outside. Going to run that Texas. If he flips again, I'm going to just leave it the same. He doesn't flip. Snaps it. Good tackle. Fumbles. Picks it up. Oh, no, he didn't.